Well, hello, I'm Bob Dandry, this is Boring Guy Plays, and welcome back to a very transport fever to Christmas. So if I've kept up with editing these, which is not a certain thing yet, it should be, probably mid to late January by this point, so we're a bit past Christmas, but obviously the series must go on, and this may be the last episode, but I will leave it up to you guys. I'm not going to record anything more in advance, but if you're enjoying what you've seen so far, please let me know. And I'm absolutely happy to do a few more episodes because I think we will have a little bit more time until we hit that 2020, 2025 timeframe in game. So yeah, let's jump in. First thing to note is that our fuel chain is going absolutely bonkers. We've got almost 400 waiting there, and our train only has a capacity of 280. So we are going to look to get a second train running up to Bradninge/Ossett to do that unloading. So I'm going to quickly upgrade the station while we are over here, and that should be a fairly quick and simple thing. So we'll get a third platform in here and we'll just join it up with the existing network. That should be nice and simple, I'm hoping, but things are rarely massively simple in this game. So let's see what we can do. So we can get a second platform connected up there, and then we will just do a bit of signaling. And it just magically disappeared to go the other way. Good job, team. Good job. Let's see if we can get an additional train running up to Ossett. Let's see how we can go with a 60 class. I feel like we'll probably need to, but let's give it a go and see how we end up. I think we can actually just use the 160 class, actually. So I don't know if we can maybe change the 37 up to run to, or to operate a different line, potentially, because I think we'll be all right. Beautiful. Now, there's a major piece of engineering we do need to work on, and it's this single track bridge near Ossett. Obviously, we were always planning for this to be duplicated, but we didn't have the money at the time. And I feel like probably this bridge we ended up building was not the best option either. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually look to expand this 4-lane road to nowhere bridge to include our rail traffic as well. I'm going to leave this left-hand bridge here, because, we can still use it, but eventually we will look to migrate traffic onto this bridge instead. And we're actually going to be using high-speed rail. Now, we've not used high-speed rail up until this point, but we probably should start to look at using it. And I guess this is the way of future-proofing this, so we don't have to make any modifications to this bridge in the future, after we've done what we need to do. So we are going to basically just have this line feed back into our existing, I guess you could say, set a track. I'm hoping we can just feed that in fairly simply to here. Perfect. We can indeed. So that will join up like so. And then the tricky bit is actually going to be joining onto the station, because we did make it not the best connection if we were going to have to do this. But, so what do we got? Too much curvature. I reckon we can do a little bit better though. Still too much curvature, I'm guessing. Other thing we could do, of course, is to actually shift this station back a little bit, or shift it over. We've got our ultimate station mod, which I did struggle a lot with last week, much to my detriment, but I might give it a little bit of a go. A little bit. Not a massive amount, but let's see if we can do something a little bit better with this. Potentially sync it a little bit, and maybe have the station platforms a little bit further back as well. So let's pause and do some braking. So let's see if we can actually bury this this train line. Now, I don't want this to be an underground line. I'm happy with it being an above ground but sunken train line. So let's see if we can do that. Shift it back a little bit as well. And let's see what we can do here. How big was that actually? 160 is not going to cut it with our HSTs. So we'll give that one another go. Pop it up to 240. Oh, okay. I've worked out how to do this. So if we go that, and that will set, that'll set the level of everything. Okay, cool. I learned something new, so we don't have to manually change all of these. So this, that's everything. Perfect. And yeah, we're looking reasonably sunken, aren't we? And I think we can use some retaining walls. Okay. Let's see, what else have we got to work with here? Build a platform overpass. Ooh, okay. That's cool. Very nice. Okay. Need to remove the signs and stuff there, though. Okay. And I'm sure we can get something nice in here, right? So we can set our platform height moderator. And that is about the right height. We can use this button to set everything that high. Oh, no. No, we can't do that. Oh, no. Okay, I understand what I've done wrong there, though, at least. So we'll need to semi-manually fix this up, but I think it's still fairly simple to do. In fact, can we reduce? Okay, yep. That should be the right height now. And now what we can do is go to this one and just continue doing this. So I was doing well until I reset the height of everything again. So I had to quickly refix that. But we got something to work with here, I think. And I think we potentially can maybe increase these walls even higher. And that will make them line up with the overpass, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, okay, so if you set it to a certain height, being this high, you actually just get a walkway. Very cool. Alrighty, so we've got a little bit of a thingy happening here, I guess you could say. We'll need to get fences along here, of course, so people don't fall down. And wouldn't it be great if they were red, like the fences here? Oh, but I do like that they nicely link up there. That's pretty cool, actually. It's just unfortunate they don't match up color-wise. Of course, we need an entry building. We did have an old one, but of course. Time for a new one, isn't it? Oh, that's a big one as well. That's fine, though. We should be able to make something nice here. And possibly get in a nice, more integrated tram station over here, even. Maybe. I don't know. I'm hoping we can smooth this out a little bit. It looks like we can. Which is good. Yes, we will get a tram station in over here. We'll make it sort of adjacent to the main station building. And Bradninch to Ossett, we will remove Kingsway and instead have the train terminate at Ossett North, I guess. Can we just call it Ossett? Or will that conflict with our station name? Oh, we can. Cool. All right. We will remove some of our tram tracks. And we might even get a nice pedestrian street connection to our station building. Beautiful. Look at that. Very nice. So I'm going to repeat the same treatment I did over here on this side. I think if we do the open cut thing, we'll remove these uglies. So I'll try that and see if that'll work first of all. And if so, yeah, we'll continue. Yeah, so it does get rid of the ugliness, it looks like, mostly anyway. I wonder if we can do the same here. Oh, actually, yeah, we can. Okay. Oh, maybe. It looks like we get a little bit of ugliness there. We may need to potentially reduce the spacing, maybe? Alright, so we're going to give these platforms the same treatment as we gave these ones over here. So where's our platform height here? It's 4950 mil. All right, that should do it. Oh, hang on, that's 4850 mil. Need to go. There we go. Okay, that'll do it then. Alrighty, that should be done. So we will get A overbridge built. Lovely. We might probably get... We'll probably get another one, actually. All right, we've got... Ooh. It's a bit low, isn't it? Let's try that again. Look, we might have lost some buildings, but we can rebuild them. We have the technology, so we're going to do it. Cool. So, continue on needing to build, or not needing to, but desiring to build high-speed tracks. Let's see if we can do this. I don't reckon that's going to work, is it? No. Could be worse. I suppose. It is a crossover. It might be a bit of a weird one, but it should function. Next, I will remove this road. Because we're going to build a new bridge. And I'm hoping we can go high enough to actually make this a bridge. I reckon we can, though. Just about. Bridge pillar collision. But yeah, well, look at that. We can just make a direct connection there. I love it. Okay, and then, yeah, let's see if we can get a crossover here as well. It's going to be probably an unlikely one. Because, yeah, the game really doesn't like allowing crossovers when you've got any sort of curve in your track. And that's fine. In lieu of doing that, we can just, once again, do one of these. We can actually unpause and go now, which is good. And I just need to do a bit of signaling. Ooh, and our crossover here is actually a little bit too close. So let's see if we can make it so, which we can. Excellent. And I think being able to have trains flowing in both directions now over this bridge is actually quite a major improvement, I think, to how things are going to run around here. And we might remove these now extra tracks that aren't required anymore. And yeah, happy days for us. If we pop over to our docks over here, and please don't mind the foghorn, we can see that we've got significant amounts of raw materials there. So we might need to get even more ships running. How is the line actually going before I make that decision? It's making a modest profit, which is really all you can ask for a feeder line like this. So let's see. Have we unlocked anything else? Does not look like it, but we could maybe use a different... we could maybe have a look at using one of these Hercules towboats, which are actually the same age, and give us a little bit more capacity, not quite as much speed, but the speed is fairly low anyway, so is what it is. We'll get them purchased and we'll get them assigned to the line. it's looking like our supply of iron ore and coal is still quite spotty. Hopefully those 3 additional towboats that we've sent over should increase the flow a little bit, but I think we're ready to introduce the next stage of the chain, and that is taking steel to a tool factory, because tools are something that we need in a lot of cities as well. As you can see, Bradninch, Ossett, Epsom, Ottery, Malvern, Evesham, Bridgnorth. So pretty much everything, actually. Everywhere needs tools. And we've also got Charlbury over here very nearby that we could also feed some to. So I think that's a pretty slam dunk decision to start moving the... we don't want tram tracks on our on our truck station. But yeah, I think it's a fairly slam dunk decision if we were to start shipping the steel over there to get some tools produced. So I'm going to start with maybe 10 side stake trucks that we'll use to ship the steel. And as always, we can increase the capacity should we need to. And people certainly seem to be enjoying our new Ossett station. They are coming through the gates. They've probably just gotten off a tram, I would say, and they are heading straight for the platforms. Look at that. I love that. That is, yeah, really nice design, really nice functionality of this station set. So, yeah, very much a fan. So where's our big build this episode, you might be asking? Well, we are getting to that now. So... it is going to be on a similar corridor to the central suburban line we built last episode. From the way we're looking at it right now, it'll be slightly more rightward. So it will break off from here, where we formerly had these 2 lines converging. And instead, the right-hand line will actually run on the other side of this little flat mountain thing. I suspect Brentwood would actually be joining up there fairly soon, so we might build a station there, probably hook up trains to it, but obviously it's not going to transport anything right now. From there, we will have a stop on the other side of Wendover. We'll be stopping between Havant and Farringdon. Don't think there's going to be a connection between those 2 towns, really. But there'll be obviously a transport option for Farringdon residents. From there, we'll hop across, stop at Lechlade, Pontefract, Altrincham, if that's how you pronounce it, before joining the line at Stockton-on-Tees. So, yeah. I think we'll be looking pretty good. So, as we did last time, let's lay out our stations first. I think I'm going to go with fairly simple stations on this one. We're not going to spend a heap of time making cool ultimate stations, though I think they are genuinely pretty cool. So as I've said, we will get a station here, but are not going to be using it for anything right now. We will also get a station at Wendover. This one will be hooked up and will be used, but it's probably not going to be that popular because it's in an industrial area. Of course, we will look to get public transport set up similarly with the lines we set up last week. We also need to hook those up with public transport. Here is probably where we will use an ultimate station. Will allow us to get a curved track in here. But stop that. I'm going to pause. All right, we got this in here. I was going to try and do a bit of a fancy thing, but it just was not working. So we're just going to go with a fairly basic station here. I don't know if we can get a building here or if the curve makes it a bit impossible, but we'll give it a go. No, it looks like we can actually get a building in here. So we will do that then and hook it up to some roads. And more or less perfect. Cool. Yeah, so from there we're going to head over here. We'll probably utilize an underground station for Lechlade, I would suggest. Which the underground stations at least seem to be a bit easier to work out and to get working. And we're going to have to get this fairly deep, I think. There's not really any big buildings, so it's sort of like getting ahead of the demand here by making this an underground station, aren't we? We need to sort of predict where the CBD is, and I think on this corner might be a good place to put this. But yeah, we're sort of guessing, I think. Alrighty, and now we need to get a underpass built. And that should be the connection we need to make. Right? Let's try another one. Actually, it's ticked, so I think that means it's done, right? Oh, we need to... Yeah. That should be done, shouldn't it? Ah, cool. Okay. Lovely. So, done. Okay. That was easier than I thought it would be. Now we just need to get a station in Pontefract, then swing around for Altrincham, and I think we might actually have a station on the other side of Stockton-on-Tees. I guess this is the Tees River. And I think we might just go with regular old UK train stations here. First order of business is actually, can we connect up here? It looks like yes, we are actually fine to do so. I actually don't want that viaduct though. In fact, we can get rid of this road. It's not required. Doesn't go anywhere. It's another one of those legacy roads, shall we call them. Okay, so we can connect there. That is fantastic. This is the land of the viaducts, I think we're going to call it. Next, we are connecting up to Altrincham. And then through to Pontefract, which we're going to try and avoid tunneling here. Need to make our way around. I'm not going to build a viaduct there. We're just going to build up, shall we say. Perfect. And hook up to Lechdale. Beautiful. Alrighty. Farringdon is next. And we do want to try and keep quite high here as we're going to have our barges passing underneath. I think that is suitably high, and hopefully will still allow the waters to be navigatable. I'm guessing that's okay. Yep, not hearing any complaints, so it looks like it's fine. And where are we joining up? We've got our left track there. Oh. Interesting. Oh, too much slope. Hang on a second. That's interesting. I think it will be okay though. The entire thing is complaining about too much slope. But there. So we've still got navigatable paths through our bridge, which is good. That's what we want to see. Let's try and bridge over the top here. Collision with what exactly? I don't know what we're colliding with there, to be honest. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, okay. What I can tell you though is that I've connected the wrong lines to the wrong place. Which is always a favorite thing of mine, as you may or may not know. Okay. Then we're just going to link up to the ghost station at Brentwood. If we can get up there anyway. Ooh, collision. What are we colliding with? I've seen this collision now twice. And it doesn't indicate what we're colliding with. What I can tell you though is we're too high anyway. So there's that problem we need to deal with. But I don't see the collision. Not sure. Is it potentially the fact we're bridging is causing a collision with the field? That's possibly an option. Alrighty, and now we just need to join up, if we can, which is looking easier said than done. But let's see what we can do. This is my favorite thing to do, you see. Building roads we can't actually connect, or building train tracks we can't actually connect. So what we might need to do is bend around and have this be a little bit circular. Bridge pillar collision. Is that bridge pillar collision? I'll allow it, to be honest. It's barely a collision. And now can we curve back around and get where we want to be? Oh, I reckon we are like super close. If we pull back, I don't even reckon that's too much slope, to be honest. I think we're actually okay there. That is quite a slope. Let's do it anyway. It's only that last section though. The rest appears to be okay. So there we go. We've got everything built now. We just need to make sure we've got overheads, which we probably don't have for sections. Like, no? No, we look like we're okay, actually. Oh, no overheads there. Or there. Yeah, okay, fair enough. other than that, we've got a crazy line with lots of probably unneeded bridges, and we are ready to start running trains on it. How good is that? That's not good, but I think it's okay. So I think we're now ready to commission this new line and get it running, to be honest. What trains do we have available now to run? Because obviously it's been a little while. I think we might continue with our class 321s at the moment. It's like we could probably get 3 in a second. Like so. And let's get a new line established and start these running. What? Okay, that's not the line I want you to run. Of course, we don't have turnarounds available because I forgot to put those in. There is all sorts of weird stuff happening with the routing here, so I'm definitely going to have to go back and fix this before we do too much. I'm going to pause because, yeah, we've definitely need this to not be what it's actually doing.
Much later.
All right, there's our signaling done. We've got a few people starting to pop up at our stations. Obviously, Lechlade is the big one because it's right in the middle of the city there. But other than that, and obviously no one's going to be at Brentwood West. That is a future station, shall we say. But I think things are looking pretty good. And we've got people actually wanting to use it. Quite a few, in fact. So that is good. What are we going to call the line, though? I don't know. Because it's a similar... similar alignment to the existing line. Of course, it does pop over to all of these cities, though. Might even just call it like Preston via Lechlade or something. Yeah, makes sense to me. Honestly, I'm really happy with this new design of Ossett Station. Obviously, there's still a little bit of weird stuff with some earth sticking through walls and some sort of entry to the void available. But overall, I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool design. And I'm a fan of the mod. It is a bit frustrating to use, but I'm a fan of what you can create with it. With that in mind, though, that's going to be it for this episode. So... I'm finishing recording now for the end of year for my wedding break, which is, you know, over a month ago at the time you're going to be actually watching this. But that's just how things have worked and trying to organize lots of different friends and family coming around. So I've done lots of things in advance to try and keep some content flowing. And that's the end of that content being recorded. But we definitely have unfinished business here. We've definitely got, I reckon, at least 2 or 3 more episodes to get through before we hit present day, which is when we'll probably call quits on this one. So yeah, stick around. Hopefully next week, if I'm organized, you'll have a new a new episode put out by present me rather than this one being made by past me. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time I post a video. You can find links to all my social media in the description, so please jump on there, like, follow, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. Big shout out to my Founders Club patron, Caleb. Caleb, thanks so much for helping to make this content possible. And if you at home want to help out, you can do so by joining on patreon.com/BobDendry, also as a premium member of the YouTube channel, or you could just give a super thanks to this video if you want to give me a one-off thanks for the content. But until next time, I'm Bob Dendry. This is a very Transport Fever 2 Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.